President Cyril Ramaphosa is set to open a cruise terminal in Durban. Now, the Mediterranean Cruise Company entered into a public-private partnership with Transnet to design, build and operate the terminal at the Durban port. Let's get more details now and speak to Jade Pauser, SABC News reporter. Jade, certainly all festivities this afternoon, while though thousands of containers are still stuck on ships outside the Durban port. What can we expect tonight?
Well, it's very exciting here in Durban as that new terminal, the Nelson Mandela Terminal, has been opened. It's going to be officially inaugurated by the President of the country, Cyril Ramaphosa, as well as dignitaries. And this is very important for not only tourism in the country, but also looking at the vessels, looking at the tourism and how much MEC Cruises also plays a part in the role of tourism in regards to bringing in tourists from abroad via the ships. So just to talk more about this investment of 3 million into this terminal and what it's going to do for the tourism sector, I am joined by the MD of MEC Cruises, Ross Falk. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. Very excited today. Many people are smiling. I want to go right into it, the investment into this terminal and the importance of it. If you can just break it down for us, where did this start and how do we find ourselves here today?
Thanks so much for the privilege of being on your show. It's a great honor. So this is a 10-year story. It started in 2013 with TNPA talking to us and to other interested parties about tendering to build this building. And finally in 2017 we were awarded the tender in one of the most successful public-private partnerships with TNPA. And that's allowed us the opportunity to invest 330 million rand into this terminal. We've upgraded it this year as well. So upstairs you'll see the yacht club that we've added this year, the ultra luxury. From an investment perspective, 70% of this building was procured from South Africa, with a large percentage of it done locally. It was designed locally. It was a local construction company that did it. So the idea behind it was for us to invest in South Africa and to grow South Africa and to improve our jobs environment. So that was at the ethos and the heart of what we are trying to achieve. And it's at the heart of everything we try and achieve going forward as well.
If we're looking at the tourism sector, and we know that the tourism sector was hit hard, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, we never saw MEC Cruises, the ships going out, and we're slowly picking up. So what would this do for that sector?
I think it's going to be a very big year. I think we're recovering nicely. We brought a brand new ship behind us, MEC Splendida. It's an increased capacity of 1,000 passengers over what we had last year. So she can carry 4,000 passengers, which is a huge boost for cruising in South Africa. And we feel that this is right fit for South Africa. It's time for South Africans to enjoy cruising, to enjoy the holiday. They've had a rough year. We're always on the back foot of things. Why not go on board, have a wonderful holiday, relax, take your cares, throw them in the ocean and come back and watch beautiful sunsets for a period of time and come back and enjoy life.
If we're looking at the cruise line, ships and how they have also picked up after COVID-19, and you speak about the Splendida, and it's right here, it's one of the largest vessels. We also know that Cyril Ramaphosa will be boarding the ship, the President. Talk to us about the importance of still having this kind of tourism in our country.
I think tourism is one of the biggest game changers we can possibly have in South Africa. It's the route to solving a lot of our unemployment problems. It's also the route to bringing foreign investment in. South Africans are some of the most friendly in the world. I think if anyone arrives here, they know how friendly we are. We had Zulu dancers on the pier show welcoming all the foreign guests here this afternoon. I think we've got a great product, and it's vitally important that we succeed in our tourism endeavor to ensure that we bring more and more people to South Africa to experience it, to bring money here and to create jobs. I think that's the route and the secret to our success in the future.
Well, thank you very much, Ross Falk, MD of MEC Cruises, for speaking to us there. But I think one of the most important parts of the President's speech tonight, and I think many people will be waiting to hear from what he has to say about what's happening at the Richards Bay port as well as the Durban port. If you have been following the news, you would know that there are several vessels still out at sea, and then at the Richards Bay port, several trucks still waiting to offload coal, iron, coal and manganese. So we'll wait to see if the President's going to mention any of the challenges that the Richards Bay port has as well as the Durban port.